99. Huge teleport, jog a snap, has a cheat and the goal review. You bet I'm ready, it's a pact on the PS1, and I'm looking to get started. Baby, I'm ready for a face-off, just like 99. Huge teleport, jog the wall, has a cheat and the goal review. You bet I'm ready, it's a pact on the PS1, and I'm looking to get started. Baby, I'm ready for a face-off. Baby, I'm ready for a face-off, just like 99. Just like 99. Baby, I'm ready for a face-off. Baby, I'm ready for a face-off, just like 99. Cujo teleport.
Hello and welcome to NHL FACEOFF 99. This is year one of the quest, which is to build the Nashville Predators into an ultimate hockey machine. Hello, I'm MegaJordy, and thanks for joining us here on YouTube. Tonight, the St. Louis Blues visit the Nashville Predators. We are in game 35 of this first season, and let me tell you, the Nashville Predators need to start winning again. They did so last night against Boston. Let's go over some schedule and incident reports before we get started here on NHL FACEOFF 99. All right, let's take a look at the schedule. We just came off a win against Boston, which is much needed after 4 straight losses there up above. Next up, we take on St. Louis. Well, here's how the season is going. Here's our season report here. It is not good, to say the least, here for the Nashville Predators' first season. 5 wins, 24 losses, 5 ties. So points are at a premium here, and points will be important because that's how we're going to be drafting and, of course, influencing trades so with no actual structure here on the trade logic here on NHL FACEOFF 99. If you want to see how we do all this, well, check out the description below. We'll go over some of these rules. But without further ado, let's get set here for St. Louis versus Preds. Unfortunately, with that win against Boston, we have Bob Boughner out for 1 to 2 weeks here. And here's the starting lineups for the Nashville Predators. Starting at center, Tom Fitzgerald. Left wing, Sergei Krivik-Kratsov. On right wing, Blair Atchenanim. And left defense, Ryan Zettler. Right defense, J.J. Daigneault. And in goal for, I guess, the 6th straight game is Mike Dunham, who's been really proving himself worthy here to take the primary goaltender role away from Stelinkov.
Baby, I'm ready for a face-off. Baby, I'm ready for a face-off, just like 99.
Welcome to the Nashville Arena, everybody. This is MegaJordy, and here we go. We're getting set with the game 35 here on our year one semi-juggernaut Nashville Predators run here. Very important 2 points up here for the Preds against the Blues here tonight. Let's go over the starting goaltenders. We got Grant Fuhr over here on the St. Louis end. Great record for him. 3 shutouts on the season. And we got Mike Dunham for the Preds. He's got a lot of the wins, most of the Predators' wins, so he'll be taking Stelinkov's place here tonight. Getting set for that drop puck. Krasov comes up with it, giving it to Blair. Blair takes the shot. A little bit of a no angle there on Grant Fuhr. Here comes the Blues over the neutral zone. Pierre Turgeon with a great shot. Over to Tom Fitzgerald. Tom Fitzgerald alone against Grant Fuhr, but didn't elevate it. Ryan Zettler just got destroyed. Here comes Blair. Gets it into the zone. Krasov just got destroyed by Young of the Blues, and the Blues get it in. Dunham had a little bit of trouble on that dump in and chose to kick it out and covers the puck now. Blues with a real good chance there from that fumbling there of Mike Dunham, and it's a beautiful night here in the Nashville Arena. Preds not very successful here on their first year, but they're hoping with some wins and, of course, some negotiations here on the contracts coming up from the offseason that maybe they can get back into things. Greg Johnson back from injury. He was out for about 2 weeks in the previous stint there for the Preds. St. Louis Blues, 14th in the NHL in wins, so they are having a great season, mid-pack, hoping to shoot right in there for the playoff run. Zettler gets the puck. Neutral zone, gets it to Blair. Blair takes another shot. There's a couple double shifting shifts there for the Preds. Tom Fitzgerald being one of them. He's on the first and third lines. And I believe with the injury to J.J. Daigneault, well, I believe that's the injury. Oh, sorry, Bob Bugner. I'm looking at my notes here. Bob Bugner is out 1 to 2 weeks, so I believe it's actually Zettler will be double shifting tonight. So drop of the puck, Al McInnes. Great pass off the backboard there. Campbell. Shot on Dunham. Saved by Dunham there. He gets it out. Here comes the Preds over the neutral zone. Greg Johnson winds up. Nice deflection there by Grant Fuhr. Hal Gill moving it up forward to Dimitra. Blues are breaking into the offensive zone. Blues in the Predator zone. Oh, great save there by Dunham. Preds trying to get it across the neutral zone. They can't seem to do it. They're battling on the blue line there. Denny Lambert, he needs a line change. He's slower than all get out. And Grant Fuhr makes a cover after that shot by Lambert to get some type of momentum going for the Preds. Grant Fuhr shaking that one off there. It looks like he's just trying to get warmed up here in this beautiful evening here in Nashville. Blues across the neutral zone and now in the offensive zone there against the Preds. Preds trying to break it out. Krasov gets it to Blair. Blair, nice shot there, trying to get a rebound. Can't get a rebound, and Grant Fuhr gets it out. Here comes the Blues into the Preds zone now. They're regrouping. Tom Fitzgerald can't seem to communicate that towards his wingman there, and they're offside. Sergei Krasov, wonderful season he's having. 15 points. 10 goals, 5 assists. Here comes Pavel Dimitra. A blast there from the high circle. Blocked by Mike Dunham there. Greg Johnson, another shot. He's had quite a few. Goes wide, though. McInnes gets the puck for the Blues and moves it up to the, intercepted by Greg Johnson there. Blues forcing their way into the offensive zone, but got turned back there by a Preds defenseman. Here comes Jeff Courtnall. What a freaking shot there. Mike Dunham picking it right up. We're going to take a quick break. Thanks for joining us. It's 0-0 here on NHL FACEOFF 99. And welcome back. Here we are on the after commercial break here. It's 11:57 to go in the first period. Not much going on there. Blues have a little bit of a trouble breaking it in. And we're getting ready to drop the puck again in the neutral zone. Preds, okay, it's a face-off, I'd say. It's gone either way. Blues win the face-off. Pierre Turgeon, what a shot. It almost bounced right to him. Battling on the boards there. Kriva Krasov trying to get the puck across and stop there in the neutral zone. It's been a war there in the neutral zone for this game so far. The Blues been pretty heavy there. So have the Preds have been right at the high blue line there. Oh, great deflection there, but Dunham saw it all the way. Blues with a real good chance. And we're getting ready for another face-off here in the Preds zone. Here comes Denny Lambert. He's got a freaking shot there. Scott Walker taking off the puck by Pavel Demitra. Here comes Campbell. Oh, crazy bounce there. There was a rebound. Blues had a chance that he couldn't elevate it over Mike Dunham. Jeff Courtnall to Scott Walker to Johnson. Ripped it there. Can't seem to get something going though. Here comes Campbell. To Slaney. To Walker. Greg Johnson again. Trying to at least hit the net. Al McInnes, and he hasn't even shot yet. So still an even like game. We'll have to check the stats here on the intermission, but it looks to me that the Blues do have an edge on shots. And the better chances, I'd say, so far. So we're waiting on the Preds to get something going. Pierre Turgeon. Nashville Predators trying to break it in. Here comes Kriva Krasov. He's one of the more offensive players in this whole team. So let's see if he can do anything. Here comes Young of the Blues. They're coming back, shooting on the Preds. Mike Dunham with a great save. Pierre Turgeon has just been all over that puck as soon as he gets out of the blue line. Blues have been working the corners. Here they go. They got a chance here. Oh, Kriva Krasov, great defensive play. Here comes McAfee and McAlpine, or whatever the heck his name is. Alpine, whatever. Oh, great deflection there. Mike Dunham remaining steadfast. 15 saves so far. Having a great night, showing that he is the backbone of this team if they're going to win any games this season. Hal Gill taking off the puck by Greg Johnson. He's one-on-one. Another shot. He just can't seem to get one through. Denny Lambert. Another great shot there. Scott Walker, here he goes. Tees off. Oh, a great chance there. Grant Fuhr swallowed it up on the rebound. 5 minutes about gone, or 5 minutes to go, I should say, in this first period. Scott Walker taking it out. Here comes Greg Johnson. Greg Johnson gets it in. It's a little, not much of a dump there. Puck comes back. Here comes Campbell. Intercepted by the Preds. Blues back in the Preds zone. Another shot by Pavel Demitra. Mike Dunham covers it up. He is just brick walling the St. Louis Blues right now. Four minutes, 23 seconds to go in this first period. 0-0 our score. Preds win the face-off here, and they're trying to break out of their zone. Searching for yet another precious win here for the Nashville Predators. Neutral zone face-off due to offsides. Attendance haven't been very good due to the slow start there for the Preds. Hoping that a win and maybe some momentum will get them on a 2-game winning streak and, of course, a better outlook on this season. Blues win the face-off. Jeff Courtnall breaking it in. Shot goes wide off the glass there behind the net. Preds trying to take it out. Al McInnes shoved from behind by Danny Lambert, and they get him right back. Jeff Courtnall sticking up for his teammate. Oh, and Grant Fuhr had a little bit of trouble with that. He almost teleported behind the net, and that would have been something. That would have been something that you might have seen in like Doctor Strange or something. Here comes Jeff Courtnall. And it looks like he got a goal there. I didn't even see it go in. Jeff Courtnall with a nice goal at 18:08. I don't think Dunham played that worth anything there. Here he comes. Let's see the replay here. Jeff Courtnall breaks it in. I don't know what the D was doing there, but it just goes low and into the corner. That's why we didn't see it here from the broadcast booth. And that's a great goal there by the St. Louis Blues. Jeff Courtnall getting one there. So Preds need to answer back. 1 minute 44 to go in the first period. Blair breaking in. Kriva-Krasov trying to work it there in the corners. Didn't work out. And what a freaking shoulder did Young give that Predators player there. I can't tell who it was. We're checking on him now. 1 minute 14 to go in our first period. Looks like everything's okay. No penalties called. Blues in the neutral zone. Here comes Sergei Kriva-Krasov. We got the 1 minute call there. McAlpine there. Chris Pronger. Oh, and he just gives it to a breakaway pass. Riume, what a freaking shot there, and Dunham comes up with it. Preds breathing a sigh of relief from that clutch save there by Mike Dunham. They just need to get something going, and it just doesn't seem to be happening. Preds win the face-off. Scott Walker trying to break it in. The wingman was a little bit ahead of the play, and that was offsides, I should say. And that's it for our first period. St. Louis Blues coming up with it there with that great goal by Jeff Courtnall. 1-0 at the end of one. We've got an intermission here coming up. We'll go over the stats, and then we'll get right back into it. Thanks for joining us here on YouTube. NHL FACEOFF 99. Can the Preds win this game after coming off that Boston win? I'm MegaJordy. We'll see you here in a second. Welcome back. This is the Predators intermission report. The score is 1-0 St. Louis. St. Louis leading on shots, 19-15. Great goaltending there by Mike Dunham, and of course you can't look away from Grant Fuhr, but he wasn't really tested. Wasn't a lot of rebounds there, so we're going to look into the second period as sort of a reset there for the Preds. So we'll come back and join us here for the second period. Welcome back to the intermission report here. One of the craziest things that happened this season was the fact that Joel Bouchard was suspended for the entire season for hitting a man in the back of the head with a stick. So, unfortunately, the Predators had to release him, and we'll see him in the next season. So that's one of the crazier stories that developed here on this first year of our Nashville Predators build, 0 to hero. We'll see how many years it takes. Right now, it's looking like quite a few. Second period action coming up here in just a moment. Welcome back here for the second period. I'm MegaJordy, and we're getting ready to drop the puck here. St. Louis up 1-0. Goal by Jeff Courtnall. And Preds win the faceoff. Let's see if they are going to make any adjustments here on this period. Nashville Predators, 61 goals on the season. JJ Daigneault gets the puck there, gets it to Blair. Zedler with the puck there. Here comes the Blues. Sergei Krivakosov. Oh, great chance there. Tom Fitzgerald. Oh, great. Oh, he passed it to Blair, who was ready for that one-timer, but he couldn't get it off. It comes back. Mike Dunham's going to reset here. He just thought that puck was a little bit too dangerous. Here's a little spotlight here on Tom Fitzgerald. 3 goals, 3 assists, 6 points, 1 power play goal. Definitely a two-way player. A lot of defensive mentality there. And definitely carrying the team character for sure with the double shifting tonight. Blues break it back in. Takes a shot on Mike Dunham. Oh, that was a great... Oh, it bounced right off the side post there. Yep, there's our spotlight on Jeff Courtnall, the lone goal scorer here in this game. St. Louis trying to regroup. They go back into their zone and push it through. No icing here. Pierre Turgeon comes up with it there in the corner. JJ Daigneault tries to move it out and comes past the Blues defender and out into the neutrals. And now the Preds are in the offensive zone. There's a couple options there, but he decides to softly throw it to Grant Fuhr. Blair with another chance. The pass is too soft, and now there's a war there in the freaking corner there. What's going on? A lot of bodies getting thrown around. Blues come out, and then they got a couple chances there. The Predators caught napping there on the defensive end. Crazy moment there. Looks like the Preds are trying to be more one-timer orientated there in the slot. Here comes Greg Johnson. Shot there. 2 shots on Grant Fuhr. He holds it, then he gets rid of it, and then all big check there by Denny Lambert. Greg Johnson putting it forward again. Jeff Courtnall breaks into the Preds zone, takes a shot, blocked by Mike Dunham. Greg Johnson again trying to break it in with Scott Walker. This has been a good line for the Preds. Jeff Courtnall breaks in, takes a shot on Dunham, and Dunham holds it. We'll take a quick break here. It's 1-0. 6 minutes gone from our second period. We'll be right back after this. And we're back here on NHL FACEOFF 99. This is our year 1 Zero to Hero Nashville Predators build. If you want to see the rules, we'll have them in the description. Pascal Reume, 5 goals, 4 assists, 9 points. Definitely a more physical player here for the Blues. Oh, and what a shot by Young. Scott Young absolutely drilled that one past Mike Dunham into the left corner there. He looks a little depressed, and as he should be. That was a beautiful shot. The defender just didn't give. He might have screened Dunham a little bit there, but Scott Young, great goal there.
Scott Young, assisted by number 19, Chris McAlpine, and number 25, Pascal Reume.
Score 2-0 in our second period, 13 to go. Scott Young getting it Pierre Turgeon there. Saved by Mike Dunham. Krivakosov with it. Gets it back out to Blair. The Preds need to answer. This is becoming quite a deep hill to climb. Blues at the neutral zone again. Oh, What a hit there by the Blues, sending the Preds player into the bench. Preds into the offensive zone. And it was offsides there. Jeff Cordnall absolutely sent Greg Johnson into another dimension there with that hit. Denny Lambert now has it. Preds are trying to get on the move again. Scott Walker pulled down from behind by Pavel Dimitra. No call. Looks like the Preds just don't, it looks like the refs just don't even care today. Jeff Cordnall again, great shot. He's trying to get number 2. Cordnall again, he's just getting these shots, but blocked by the Preds defenders. Great defense finally there for the Preds, I'm sure. Here comes Scott Walker. Shot a little bit soft and wide. Danny Lambert, just drilled by McInnes, and out comes the Blues, and here comes Campbell of the Blues into the offensive zone for the Blues there. Trying to break it out of the Preds zone. Slaney and Cordnall going at it. They're just shoving each other into the corner. Shot there by Cordnall, goes off a skate. Greg Johnson now has the puck. Moves it to Scott Walker, who's been trying to get something going but just can't seem to do it here. Denny Lambert with it. Tried to put it through the slot there, but it was covered by like every defender the Blues could have had there. So we get a stoppage in play. Mike Dunham looking good again, but again, almost no rebound goals there, just clean shots. Scott Young with the prettiest goal of the day for sure. Preds win the faceoff in the defensive zone. Zettler carries it out. J.J. Daniel, that was a dangerous pass into the slot, but crisis averted there. Kriva Krasov looking for that pass as Fitzgerald and Kriva Krasov were giving the pass to each other in the corner there. Here comes Pierre Turgeon. Great shot there by him. Here comes Kriva Krasov. He's got a chance if he can get a shot on it. He does. He's waiting for that rebound. Grant Fuhrer, they did not blow the whistle. He had it in his pads. Blues just drilled it. And there's a fight that breaks out there in the blue line. Can't tell who it is. 77 and 2 are going at it. I mean, that was a big shot right there at the blue line. We saw it at the corner of our eye there in the broadcast booth, and
Nashville
got
penalty.
sent right
Number 2,
out.
Rob Zettler, 5 minutes for fighting. St. Louis penalty. Number 77, Pierre Turgeon, 5 minutes for fighting.
Turgeon just freaking threw him across the blue line, and it was on from there. So our first fight of the game won by the Preds. If they can hang their hat on anything this game, it's going to be the fights, I guess. Here comes Denny Lambert. Shot onto Grant Fuhrer. Denny Lambert getting a lot of action this game. Profile on Greg Johnson. 5 goals, 3 assists, 8 points, 4 power play goals. So definitely the backbone here of this power play unit. No penalties yet, though, besides the fight. Tom Fitzgerald, great block by Chris Pronger. He just carried that away. Blues taking another shot, goes wide. Now we're in the corners, battling in the corners. Blair just absolutely decked Reume. McAlpine with big old shot, goes right over the net there. Here comes Blair again, trying to break it out. Scott Young putting it forward just softly so to get that one-timer there. J.J. Daniel passing it to Tom Fitzgerald. Tom Fitzgerald breaks in. Shot goes wide. Here comes Sergei Kriva Krasov. McAlpine takes it back. Scott Young has the puck now, moving through the neutral zone to Eastwood. Blues break in. Takes a shot. Great shot there. Blocked by Mike Dunham and covered. There was a defender there too. 2-0 our score here in the Nashville Arena. 4 minutes, 30 seconds to go here in the second period. Preds. No, it's actually Blues who won the faceoff there. Pavel Dimitra put it forward to the hash mark there, and then a shot, and then there's a medieval scrum there in front of Mike Dunham. We're back out into the neutral zone where it was offsides. Al McInnes, one of the best players on the Blues. 8 goals, 8 assists, 16 points. Here comes Slaney. Shots there to Grant Fuhr. He's played a wonderful game. Got the saves when they needed it. Pavel Dimitrov sent from behind. And we're going to see our first penalty of the game besides the fights.
Nashville penalty, number 22, Greg Johnson. 2 minutes for elbowing.
All right, so penalty there by Greg Johnson. We're looking at the replay now here up on the Tron. And, yeah, he definitely clipped him there. It was a elbowing for sure. 2 minutes power play there for the St. Louis Blues. There we go. We're going to see what this Preds penalty kill can do against a very good St. Louis Blues power play. Grant Fuhr. Oh, Grant Fuhr made a huge mistake and gave it to Darren Turcotte, who puts it in. Grant Fuhr looking disgusted with himself. Darren Turcotte gets a shorthanded goal. We're looking at the replay now. Grant Fuhr just decided, yeah, let's just drop pass it to Darren Turcotte, and gets a mega goal there for Nashville. Insane. Preds dumping it out of their zone. Blues trying to answer the bell here for that power play. Penalty kill is now a +1, so you got to feel pretty good about that. Maybe even up the dosage there on the roughhousing. 2 minutes, 29 seconds to go in the second period. Blues on the power play, 50 seconds to go on that. Preds win the faceoff. J.J. Daigneault dumps it in. Chris Pronger moves it around the boards in the Blues defensive zone. Courtnall going through the neutral zone. They can't get anything going on this power play. Scott Young, the prettiest goal of the night contender for sure. I don't think we'll put the Darren Turcotte goal in there. Scott Young, close range shot there. Oh, puts it right in front, but it was blocked by the Nashville Predators defender. Grant Fuhr gives it back to Scott Young as the penalty is over, and we're now full strength. Al McInnes pushed off by Danny Lambert. He's played a great game. Here comes Greg Johnson. Great shot there. Bounced right into the front. Scott Young gets it out. Across the neutral zone. 1 minute to go. Here comes Jeff Courtnall. Shot goes wide. Blues have it. No, oh, there's a scrum there in the slot, and they get a goal. What a goal there by Jeff Courtnall. His second goal of the game. He is just the man with the plan on this game. There's a big scrum right there on the top of the slide. We're looking at the replay here. Scott Young gives it to Jeff. Jeff puts it in. What a line this has been for the Blues. 3-1 our score. Here comes Conroy. Blues did exactly what you want to do in the NHL, and that is answer the bell when you get scored on. And that ends its second period in the books. St. Louis 3, Nashville Predators 1. We're going to take a short break here. We got the intermission report coming up, and we got the third period coming up as well. This is NHL FACEOFF 99.
You're crazy. You're wild.
Second intermission. St. Louis 3, Nashville 1. Goal by Darren Turcotte on the penalty kill from Grant Fuhr, dropping it back to him. Shots are pretty high, but that is to be expected in NHL FaceOff 99. Back with third period action after this. Getting set here for third period action. Thanks for joining us here on YouTube. I'm MegaJordy, and this is the NHL FaceOff 99 Nashville Build, the build, year one. This is our first broadcast game. It's game 35 of the season, and it's not been good for the Preds, to say the least. They've had a man suspended for a whole year, Joel Bouchard. And they're struggling for points. So far, not much is happening here. Grant Fuhr is going to cover it. Great game for him besides that blunder in the second period. Blues win the face-off. They get it out of their zone into the neutral zone, saved by Dunham. Jeff Courtnall with a shot. Danny Lambert with it now. Moves it over, intercepted by Hal Gill. Here comes the Blues again. Shot from the point. Campbell gets it on net. Blocked by Dunham, and the Preds are back out. They're into the offensive zone now, the Blues. Pavel Demitra comes up with it. Passes to Jeff Courtnall. It's back and forth right now. Shot there by Pavel Demitra, I believe. Greg Johnson with a shot from the point. Grant Fuhr covers it. Nashville Predators trying to scrape into this game. They're going to need more traffic if they're going to do so against Grant Fuhr, or maybe another blunder would help. 17:10 left on our clock here for the third period. McAlpine. Shot it, blocked by Zettler. Peter Turgeon with a thunderous hit there. Shot on Dunham again. J.J. Daigneault moves it out of the zone into the neutral zone. Oh, and Preds have a 2-0. Sergei Krivokrasov with a backhander. Both shots there. One on the short side and then one on a turnaround backhander, and it was blocked by Grant Fuhr. And here come the Blues offsides. There's a little bit of a scrum in the back. Scott Young, 1 goal, 1 assist. He's played quite well tonight. So there's a power play for St. Louis. Hal Gill gets decked by Scott Walker here. 2 minutes for cross-checking. So the Blues are going to go in their second power play of the night. They had one shot in their last one and also a -1 because they accidentally got scored on by Grant Fuhr's amazing play there. Krivokrasov in the corner. Here comes Jeff Courtnall. Ryan Zettler dumps it back in. Great penalty kill for... Oh, I know. Oh, Grant Fuhr almost did it again. He gave it straight to Krivokrasov and almost put it in an empty net. Denny Lambert catch that with his face and dumped it right back in. Preds are not dead last. They're 26 in the NHL with 3 home team wins. So there's something to be proud about. Not dead last. Vopat shot from the point on Grant Fuhr. That was probably one of the best shots they've taken all night. And Jan Vopat got absolutely sent across the blue line, causing an offsides. .14:10 to go in our third period. It's 3-1 St. Louis. St. Louis on the power play. 38 seconds to go on it. Bergevin gives it to Yake. Shot there from the Blues. Not much of a threat there. Dunham got it on the off angle, and that was a 2-0. If the Blues would have slowed down there, they could have had a one-timer chance. Bergevin puts it up forward to the neutral zone where Yake gets it again, and he rifles that one to the glove hand side of Mike Dunham. Here comes Scott Walker to Brunette. Andrew Brunette with a shot. Oh, and he takes a shot. It goes off Grant Fuhr. Defender picks it up. Then he gets sent. Here comes Pavel Demitra. Shot on Mike Dunham, who freezes the puck there. Nothing doing there for the power play there for the Blues. Pavel Demitra definitely the leading contender there for MVP with the 27 points on the season. Chris Pronger at the point and gives it to Blair. Here comes Blair, one-on-one. Takes a shot. Blair with another chance. 2 chances on Grant Fuhr. The Predators are trying to show a little bit of character there. Here comes Pierre Turgeon, who takes a shot, goes wide. Tom Fitzgerald on a breakaway. Oh, Grant Fuhr with a little bit of trouble, but it was clutch, and he saves it. Here comes Riume. Back and forth action here in our third period with 10:58 to go. We're going to take a short break here. You're watching NHL FaceOff 99, Year 1. Score is 3-1, 10:58 to go. Al McInnes wins that faceoff there. or I should say gets the drop back to him, and they take a shot on Mike Dunham, who comes up with it. Greg Johnson with a spinorama and dump back in. Al McInnes gets it. Campbell with a shot goes wide. Here comes Slaney, who gives it right back to Al McInnes, and Denny Lambert shoved on there. He's had a very physical game. Preds still looking for that goal, too. They had a great chance there with Blair earlier. Preds win the face-off. Here comes Scott Young. He got decked by Kriva Krasov. Here comes Tom Fitzgerald. It was looking like a potential 3-on-2 situation. Here comes Ryume, who goes offsides. Preds faithful trying to get into this one. As we enter our late stages of this third period, Preds down 3-1 by the St. Louis Blues. Pierre Turgeon breaks in, takes a shot. Mike Dunham had a little bit of trouble with it, but comes up with it. Tom Fitzgerald with the puck now. He's breaking into the offensive zone. What a rifle that was, but is blocked by the St. Louis defenders and sent back out. Ryan Zettler passing there. Goes a little bit off the stick there. Oh, and Kriva Krasov with a great board play. Knocks McAlpine into the corner, and here comes Scott Young back for the Blues. Takes a shot, goes wide. J.J. Daigneault trying to move it around there. Fans want to call there on that shove, but it didn't. Looks like the refs are not doing that. Not listening. Kriva Krasov. Oh, what a one-timer goal, and the Preds are within one. Blair finally got one. He's skating around the St. Louis bench, taunting everybody on there. Kriva Krasov hold the puck right to Blair, who just puts it right in. He's been at the doorstep the whole game. And that will be our contender for prettiest goal of the day. Pavel Demitra just got decked by Greg Johnson from behind. Here comes Denny Lambert. Strong slap shot there, but that was blocked by Grant Fuhrer. Here comes Campbell, the St. Louis Blues. They want to put a dagger in this little momentum boost there for the Preds. Board action there in the corner. Here comes Denny Lambert again. He pulls out. Taken down by Campbell. Here comes Courtnall back the other way. Shot on Mike Dunham right there in the chest, and he holds it. 6 minutes and 10 seconds to go, where you're gonna start to see some desperation there on the part of the Preds, so we'll see what happens. Jeff Courtnall, what a performance. 2 goals, definitely our number 1 star right now. Blair takes it away again. He's definitely showing his worth tonight. Got the nod pre-game to come out here and play. And he's put in some big-time minutes. So J.J. Daigneault puts it up. McAlpine up there at the red line. Here comes Sergei Kriva Krasov. He's our assist guy right now. Ryume playing with it, trying to drain the clock. 4 minutes 38 to go. Scott Young, physical play there, right there on the crease in front of Dunham. They're moving it behind the net now. Turgeon behind the net. Scott Young puts it to J.J. Daigneault, who busts it out of the Preds zone there. Comes the Preds into the offensive zone. Picked up by Scott Young again. Another physical play by Ryume to get it back in. J.J. Daigneault gets it. And Preds are moving back the other way. Here comes Tom Fitzgerald. Another rip. Almost shot Grant Fuhrer into the corner with that. And it's offsides. Give you a second there to breathe. 3 minutes and 7 seconds. It's 3-2. Preds knocking on the door of a tie game here. Let's see which line they're putting out there right now. It's Blues just bailed out of there. Campbell with it. Try to deke on Mike Dunham. Comes up a little bit short. Scott Walker back out there. This line's been okay, but they need to get a goal. Al McInnes picks up the puck. Gives it to Demitra. That would have been a great tic-tac-toe, but is offsides. Definitely a cannonade out here. 57-44. Blues leading the shots there. Blair with it. Holds on to it. Puts it in deep. We're in the corners now. Kriva-Krasov in the corners. McAlpine pulls it right back out. Scott Young, here he goes. Shot there. There's a rebound. J.J. Daigneault just sent Scott Young behind the net. We're closing in our dying minute here of the third period. Scott Young trying to get it out. Here comes Blair
1
again.
minute left in regulation.
Shot goes wide. Kriva-Krasov. McAlpine gets Kriva-Krasov for that hit earlier. Scott Young comes in. Shot. Rebound. 30 seconds to go. Preds have pulled the goalie. And actually they have not. 7 seconds to go. All but over for the Preds. There's 7 seconds to go here in this third period. 3-2 our score. Blair tried to get that final shot on net, and it was a good play, but unfortunately too short. And it's 3-2 our final score in Game 35 of the NHL
Ladies
season.
and gentlemen, here are tonight's 3 stars of the game. The third star from the St. Louis Blues, number 14, Jeff Courtnall. The second star from the St. Louis Blues, number 31, Grant Fuhr. And the first star of the game from Nashville, number 1, Mike Dunham.
Mike Dunham, the official first star of the game, with a shocking amount of saves. About 53, I believe, 53 shots there on him. Oh, it's way more than that. About, let's see, 56 shots onto Mike Dunham. Standing tall, definitely showing the backbone of the team. But I'd say our prettiest goal of the night will go to Blair with that one-timer chance from the Kriva-Krasov in the corner. And he gets my first star of the game, or player of the game, I should say. Blair just really showing that he has the future on lock here for Nashville. So we'll go to the players here. Yeah, Blair with the goal. Darren Turcotte with the amazing opportunistic goal. Let's look over at the Blues. Jeff Courtnall, what a game. 2 goals, 2 points. Scott Young, 1 goal, 1 assist. He was quite good. And Grant Fuhr kept him in it. And great blue line there for the Blues as well, with Chris Pronger. And so with that, that'll do it. I'm MegaJordy, and thanks for joining us here for our first game of our NHL FACEOFF 99 season. We'll come back in the 40, the next slot, which will be the 40 games, 40 and up. We do it in 10-game intervals, so our next broadcast will be in one of those 40 games. So we'll see you then. Thanks for joining us here, and good night.